Now, from the Valley of the Sun, EA Sports welcomes you inside State Farm Stadium, just west of downtown Phoenix, Arizona. All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Cup in motion. Right to the air from the 30 on the first play. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast. And tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
They need 8 as they come up for third down.
Let's go. 19 tackle, 19 tackle.
Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, he pumps up the football. The Cardinals have got it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
1, 2, 2, 1.
Now the Georgia Bulldog. Here's Nick Chubb. And a determined run there. He gets about 7 yards inside the 10-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
1, 1.
On the zone read, they hand it to Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10. 3rd and 5.
That's one.
McBride is the motion man. Murray on 3rd down.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
In motion, Reed. And they will get the conversion. He's tackled down near the goal line, so it's not a touchdown, but it will be 1st and goal.
Let's go. 2-2.
Here's Chubb. And that big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Arizona. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Not going for 2. They'll kick the point after. His kick is good. And the Cardinals will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10.
Let's go now.
Slot man in motion right. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll drop to throw. This one caught by the back, out of the backfield. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's going to have that 1st down across midfield and down to the 46-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
In motion comes Beckham. They'll look to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
In motion comes Beckham. He'll look to throw. He's got the hook up there. It's Odell Beckham. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so...
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Garrett Williams. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Hey, shift.
Now Murray on first down. He keeps it himself. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
Murray, the former baseball player, knows how to slide, and he does it here after picking up the first down. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Coach.
On first and 10, it's Murray. And that one incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
Watkins motioning over.
2-2.
They'll run it straight ahead with Chubb. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up third down.
Hey, one.
Working out of the gun, Murray. And that's incomplete. They couldn't connect. And that's how this first quarter will come to an end. The field goal unit is out for the Cardinals. This will be an even 40-yard attempt. His kick is perfect. And the Cardinals will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Over the middle, it's Cup. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Back to throw.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Third and long. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And we won't see a return here. This is going to be marked down inside the 15. They go play action now. Murray. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. Well, the quarterback just kept going back, and you're wondering, what is he going to do? And, well, there's the answer. He's going to give the defense 2 points.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, Mike, did he just lose track of actually how far he was retreating? And at some point, you think that ball's going to come out. He's going to throw it away and move on to the next down, but he didn't. And now the defense is going to take advantage and get 2 points.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion to the left. They'll begin here on the ground. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Slot man in motion left. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Going to air this one out. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. In motion comes Beckham. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
In motion comes Beckham. On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Odell Beckham Jr. there. And that'll set up fourth down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. That's into the hands of his receiver, Watkins. Go now on 1st and 10.
2-2. Hey. Hey, Ace.
From the gun, it's Murray. He's going to go up top here for McBride.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Now a 2nd down throw for Murray. He'll get that into the hands of Nick Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Throwing again is Murray. And he holds on to it here as he's out of bounds. That's a yard or 2 shy of the line of scrimmage. Therefore, that's a sack.
Mike, these are the plays that on the stat sheet, the offensive lineman look at the quarterback a little sideways. He has a chance to just throw that ball out of bounds, but instead, he takes it out of bounds himself, and that goes on the stat sheet as a sack.
Going up top. That is hard. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. It is a big gain for Arizona. Pickup of 46 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's a handoff to Chubb. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Trying to keep a drive alive, going to have to convert on 3rd and 9.
Big Ace. 2-2.
From the shotgun, it's Murray. He's got it inside the 5. He is in. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Mike, this is a great example of a wide receiver who just truly understands the concept of spacing. When you're open, stay open. If you're not open, get open. And when you can do that and operate in the middle of the field, man, you are such a weapon and a reliable target for your quarterback. It's a great example of it here. He works to stay open, middle of the field, ball's on target. It's an easy touchdown.
And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a 1st down. Quick throw, taken in. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
The tight end Fant in motion. To the air now on 1st and 10. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to try it here again. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Here's 1st and 10. Watkins motioning over. He's trying to get around the corner, but can't. Going to be run down behind the line. A completion, yes. A loss of yardage, yes as well. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Looking from the shotgun, it's Murray. He's got it! And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. It is a big gain for Arizona. 31 yards. A run up the middle with Chubb. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Hey! Let's go! 2-2.
They go play action for Murray. He'll air this one out for Watkins. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. Now Murray keeping it himself. And he will do it himself. He's in. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Arizona. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The PAT up and good. And the Cardinals will extend this 3rd quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Motion the slot man left. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Uh-oh. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. It's a gain of 19 in the air. 1st down, Seattle. The tight end, Fant, in motion. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. His throw left side is complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build.
That one intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8.
Buzz. Hold on, hey. What you got? 2-2, what?
They go play action with Murray. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
This fielded at the 3. And a very solid return as they're able to bring him down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A throw over the middle. It's Odell. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. Slot man in motion left. They'll look to throw. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down. They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Open man left side. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seahawks. Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point and go for 2. Back to throw. That's going to wind up incomplete. They try for 2, and it does not pan out. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Easy. Buzz.
Murray now on 2nd down. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
On 3rd down, Murray. And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
That's taken at about the 14, and he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. He'll look to throw. He's going to run it. Give him 11 on the scramble. They give them a new set of downs.
Mike, anytime you're preparing to play a quarterback like this, the defense has to be prepared to keep him in the pocket. Once he gets out, we can see clearly why he is such a threat with his legs.
Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 4th down, the veteran Jason Myers for the Seattle field goal. This will be a 48-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On the handoff, this is Chubb. Into the secondary at the 45. And he'll be taken down.
2-possession lead, fourth quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
On 1st and 10, it's a handoff. Wait a minute, it's a reverse. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now Chubb. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
That's into the hands of his receiver, Watkins. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They run out of the gun, and it's Chubb. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30. McBride is the motion man. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Now a loose football. The Seahawks scoop it up. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive. In motion comes Beckham. Throwing now on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In motion comes Beckham. On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the first down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. He'll be brought down at the 37, but that is good enough for a first down.
down Seahawks.
In motion comes Beckham. To the air now on 1st and 10. Off he goes. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
It's a gain of 10.
When you find yourself trailing here late in the game, decision-making is critical. Not only is he able to extend the drive by picking up the first down with his legs, great job by the quarterback understanding, get out of bounds, stop the clock, save as much time as possible as they try to make a comeback.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. There he goes again.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
It is 2nd down and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
Over the last couple seasons, Mike, we've seen that safety position turn into a positionless type player, and I think you just saw why. It's hard to keep track of them all the time. They're fast, aggressive, and in this case, they go unaccounted for, results in a sack.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble. Here we go, 1st and goal. In motion comes Beckham. They'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. They send a receiver in motion left. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Seattle. Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Seahawks are back within 6.
Seahawks 18.
Even with their full complement of timeouts, the call is to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the ground, it's Chubb. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Watkins motioning over. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He's going to go up top here for McBride.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
They'll try and throw for it with Murray. Oh, do you believe it? It's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of LSU. And the Seahawks are going to take over here up near the 40.
And when they needed to come up with a play the most, Mike, this defense delivers. They desperately needed to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance to go pull this one out. Now they come away with a big takeaway, and at the end of this game, they've got a shot.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Taking off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
They'll run. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. And it's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Now Seattle will use the final timeout. And the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go. Here's 1st down.
Here we go, set. Left wing 19. Back to the left, back to the left.
Throwing now from the gun. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. That one going to be intercepted in the end zone if he stayed in bounds. Now the officials say no, it is incomplete. Crisis averted for the offense, at least for the moment. A near turnover there. What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long.
Ready? 18 left, 18 left, back 60. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
Great job there defensively separating the man from the ball. And This is the moments in the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on 4th and long. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. They had their chance and took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the Cardinals. They get the victory.